What up, what up, what up? Good morning, everybody. Back with another episode from Harcum Holistic Ride Along Vlog. Today, it is like 10 o'clock right now. Assistant manager is on top of everything at the shop right now. I have to run some errands. I've been up for a little bit working on and prepping for the Vegan Soul Festival. So quick background, Vegan Soul Fest started in Baltimore a few years ago, maybe like 7 years ago. Didn't get to have it last year and the year before because of the pandemic. So it's back. I've been a big fan because I've been, plant-based and vegan since it first started. And I used to work all the time. Every time they had it on a Saturday, I was working overtime, and I would ride down the street, and on my way from work going home, I would always ride past, so I would always stop. I would always forget about it. Working overtime, I would always forget, wouldn't make time. But luckily, I'll have like an hour or two and catch it before it closed when I got off of work. And so basically, I've just been a fan for quite a few years, and now all of a sudden, I'm in it. So I'm really excited to be a part of it. Good Part & Company is going to be a part of it. I don't really take opportunities like this for granted to show up and do our thing and just be a part of the bigger community. And so like now it's really growing, and it's part of what is called the so it's the Vegan Soul Fest, and it's in conjunction with something else, but basically it's becoming more of a festival. So they have artists performing, they got Daily performing, they got Bilal is performing now, a lot of thought leaders and influencers, doctors within the plant-based community, holistic healers, naturopathic, professionals and stuff like that. So like it's really cool. It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see it grow, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. So I'm taking my time to prep, get things together. I'll talk more about what I'm actually planning to show up and deliver, and I'm going to post some of that content and stuff on probably this page and most definitely on the Good Part & Company channel. But today for Harcum Holistic, I want to talk about well, first of all, I did what I said I was going to do. Hit the market, got some stuff together, made some food for yesterday for dinner, and it's got the things I want. So I feel like I'm off to a good start for this week. But here's what I'll talk about for today, though. Right? It's about, again, I keep talking about patience and poise, and going back to that one thing I learned doing the plant-based diet is being more patient with the process and documenting processes. So that's what I'll talk about. And documenting processes is a very, very big deal to being successful in a lot of things, especially in business, because you can go back and track what works, what doesn't work, where things need to be improved upon. And then also you'll have like a log of resources. And so today I have interviews all week because I'm hiring new staff for Good Part & Company. And I already have like questions for interviews and things like that. I completed my video introduction and assessment, so now I got a log of that. So now I get to cut down half the time, probably more, and filter through candidates faster by just sending them the video introduction. If they watch the video introduction and complete the next step, now I know that this candidate is a better candidate, right? Because they can follow directions and they follow through. But that only came from me logging the process of logging my interview questions, seeing what questions work, what questions need to be changed, what questions I need to add on. And now when I go and look at my little Google Drive for Good Part & Company, I got a list of things that help me become a better interviewer, right? And become a better employer and a better manager, and build a better employee profile, which is like really the goal, like having a full employee profile, like kind of like what people would work for Good Part & Company, what they do, what they're into, not necessarily what they just look like, but more of their psychographic of our employee profile. So I'm documenting the process and taking notes and saving all of these questions, all of the information, all of the insights that I'm getting, especially if I can remember to take notes on all these things. Then you go back and compile it and put in, like, kind of mesh things together and see where things sync up. And I got that part of that from practicing a plant-based diet, right? And my holistic approach to life and my diet and health and all that good stuff is just taking a log. And it's not that you have to have everything down to a science and every digit and every number, but you do want to be aware. You always need a framework, right? So I know I had to log. When I coach my clients, we always try to take a food log, a food journal of what they used to eat or what they ate the week before, right? And when I started out, I didn't do that. I was just buying whatever I wanted to buy. But then I started taking the log, and that log showed up as a grocery list at first. So these are the things I'm buying every week. So back then I was buying, like, I mean, when I very first started, I really didn't drink soda. I drank water and I drank juice, but I drank, you know, Minute Maid juice and things like that. So they weren't, you know, the natural things. It just was whatever the next best thing is up from soda. So, but I started taking a log of that. So now I'm checking my grocery receipts. I'm checking my list that I got in my phone and on my notepad. All right, I'm buying these juices every week. And I really was buying those things because they was on sale, and that's what I could afford back then, right? Early in my career. So I was just buying like the waters that was on sale, buying the juice that was on sale, 2 for $5, stuff like that. So now I'm like, all right, but now these things got this much sugar content. Now I'm aware of how much sugar I'm intaking just by drinking these juices. And if I'm buying any kind of snacks, I bought the same breads. And then you level up. So I was going from one grocery store to the next, which was Trader Joe's. So now I'm at Trader Joe's, and I definitely got a list of stuff I'm buying. So I got the core things I buy from Trader Joe's, and then I got the specialty items I might buy, like whatever kind of vegan dishes, or like some kind of like vegetable biryani from like the Indian dish or whatever, or maybe some kind of ramen, something that I make fast. And then I got some things that I might cook from scratch. So I might buy their spaghetti noodles, or like their quinoa and brown rice noodles and things like that. So now I can log that. Okay, these things got this many carbs in it. If I'm eating that twice a week, at least I'm getting this much carbs. So now I'm taking a log, and now I can go back. Now I'm upgrading to another grocery store. I'm going to Whole Foods. I'm going to Sprouts. Sprouts comes along. Basically, I'm taking a log. I'm tracking all of these things. That's what you got to do to really get good at practicing a whole food plant-based diet, any kind of new version of a diet. You got to track these things. You got to log it. And it just reminded me of how I got halfway decent at logging anything, from starting with my diet first, and then letting that carry over into how I do other things, which is like doing professional things, you know, building up a log of recipes, building up my log of employee profile, customer profile, promotional items, like promotional content, graphics and stuff. I got all those things logged and saved, and it's been really helpful. And then you wanna start logging and tracking these things early. So let's get back to the diet. You want to start logging and tracking these things early, because then you can start logging and tracking how your body's responding to it. You may have a certain thing that you like a lot, say like fruit. Like for me, I like avocado. I eat avocado, or I have avocado often in my smoothies. If I mix the avocado with certain other things, you know, it kind of digests really fast. And you know, it kind of get my system going in my bowels, my digestive system going real fast, right? So I know if that's not what I want to be doing, I either can't have avocado, or don't mix it with other things in my smoothie. So I kind of like, now I know I might can't have that recipe I want, because I need to have a certain amount of energy. I don't really want to have to be running to the bathroom and stuff like that. So I say, hey, I'm gonna change the recipe this morning and put this in it, right? So you want to track how your body's responding to these foods, especially if you're new to a plant-based diet. You want to know what foods you're having a sensitivity towards, a reaction to. Some things. It's just like you don't like the taste of it, but it's not necessarily bad. So you want to log those things. How I feel during dinner. What did I have for dinner? Okay, did I eat only 80% of my meal instead of eating the whole thing? Now I feel full and I can't function. I always feel great when I cook my own food from scratch, right? Or when my lady cooks, because I never feel too full, because we don't use any additives, preservatives. We don't use too much oil. We don't have any added sugar or anything. The only time I really feel too full is like if I'm just being gluttonous and eat too much. And you can actually see when you're eating too much, right? But you want to take log of all of that, log the process of making the transition of the food you like, the food you don't like, and how they make you feel. So all those things matter. I'm going to do more videos on it. I believe that food journaling is really good, especially for people who are just transitioning over to a plant-based diet. The sooner you log, the better, because you don't have to go and start backtracking and trying to figure things out. You just start from ground zero, making a log, tracking things, and then you'll be on a better path It's like tracking things early has a compound effect, just like many other things, right? It has a positive compound effect because you acquire knowledge and understanding of what you're doing in the process of improving your health and your diet. You acquire knowledge on that faster. The faster you learn it, the better you get at it, and the more it benefits your body over time. So now you can either start losing weight, start gaining weight, whatever it is you're trying to do, maintaining weight and increasing your health. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to start, cutting down your cholesterol and your blood pressure levels, right? You start tracking the day. In 14 days, you may have came down some points, right? Tracking your blood pressure and things like that. So that's something that I learned dealing with a few clients, even like with my mom and helping her track her blood pressure, because sometimes she gets high blood pressure. So that's my thing, man. Document the process of making the transition. Document the process of making improvement, period. Right? Improvement in your diet, improvement in your business, improvement in your personal life, improvement in any of your practices. Document the process. Do it early. Do it often. It may seem cumbersome in the beginning if you never did it before, but the sooner you start, the better off you'll be. And it only take a few minutes a day to like just log some stuff, and then when you get spare time, you can go back and kind of catalog all those things together and pull whatever you need to pull from it. That's my bit for the day, Harcum Holistic. I'm running errands, about to stop by the bank, bust some other moves. Wish me luck on this new hiring process. I'm out.